mute when there's nothing to mute. So that's kind of silly, but here we are. We should have audio now. We'll see. Yeah, I'm in New Zealand right now. I'm in the Remarkables, and I'm painting. This is the location where they filmed Mordor, which is super freaking cool. Super freaking cool. You can hear me again. I don't know why it does that. My alarm went off, and for some reason, my alarm going off told it to cut the audio. So that's kind of weird. Don't know why it did that, but we're back. So it's all good. It's all good. Right now I'm just using this kind of thinned down purple, just to kind of lay in an underpainting. And this gouache is so much nicer than the cheap set that I was using. I went to an art supply store here in Queenstown and actually spent like real money on a real gouache set. Okay, Mr. Horse. Just letting me know. This horse just snorted so loud. Okay, and then I'm going to use this blue. I'm going to thin this down a little bit, mix a bit more of this in there. This is going to be our background trees. I'm just doing this as like underpainting, and then I'm going to actually paint like the colors over the top. I don't know how much I should thin it down. This is my first time using this paint set. I always end up streaming the first time I try something new, which is kind of silly. Oh, but they're so opaque. This is so nice. So this is these background trees. You can kind of see, I don't think from Yale's angle you can see very well the background trees. Much better. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I hope it doesn't do it again. I do have an alarm going off in an hour and 20 minutes. So, but that's the alarm saying I need to end the live and go and wake Shannon up because she's taking in naps right now. And then we're about to go on a airplane tour. Super excited. We're gonna go to Milford Sound. I don't know, I kind of like these purples. This isn't what I see, but I just wanted to lay in a nice underpainting. But this is kind of nice. Volume is good again. Good. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. It was weird. All right, and then I want to do much more white for this foreground. So we got this hedge. Got this really beautiful hedge right here. We're gonna let that be bright. We're gonna put like a bright yellow over the top of that as well. And then that's gonna fade down into this dark color again. Just want this top edge to be kind of bright. I'm glad y'all found me on the YouTube stream. Did you guys get the live notification from YouTube or from Discord or from Facebook? Those are the 3 places I posted just now that I was going live. I'm interested to see what's working. I always want to ask. There's people in the stream. I always want to ask where you found me from. Saw the post on Facebook. Nice. That's good, because Facebook likes to suppress posts about YouTube. I was thinking about going live on Facebook, but it's kind of hard to get people to come to a Facebook stream, and it's a little wet. It's hard to get people to come to a Facebook stream from another platform, and so I wanted to let the people that are like on Discord and on the other platforms know that I'm doing this. And so I posted on Facebook, but then I shared it on like Discord and actually live on YouTube, because YouTube is kind of where I want to actually put the time and effort into, because long term YouTube is much better in terms of social media. Subscribed on YouTube now though. Nice. Yeah, it's just YouTube's algorithm is much better for finding people and for like long-term following and all that. So I want to work on YouTube much more than Meta. YouTube is going into AI as well, but at least they have some stuff that's like, there are subsections of YouTube and of the people that run YouTube that don't like AI, because there are channels that are like getting shut down for just posting slop. For any bio video. Yeah, no, it's the slowest growing one, but it seems to have the best returns for longevity reasons. And like, people who go viral on YouTube usually end up staying consistently, like having a good time on YouTube, whereas Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like TikTok was, I did amazing on TikTok for the first like year I was on there, and then all of a sudden nothing. Okay, I want to start getting some of these clouds in here actually brightened up. I want to pinpoint some of these highlight areas. There's this big cloud one up here. Instagram's the worst. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I posted a video last night that I thought was going to do amazing, and it absolutely 100% flopped. Like me painting in the Shire. I thought that would do so well. I was like, I went to the Shire and painted. I think people are going to like this. And then just nothing. So I'm trying to capture what I see in the moment, and I'll kind of adjust the painting based on what's happening in the real world. So nice. Oh, that's just beautiful. Just gorgeous. Keep me a vote. Yeah, I'm glad that's working for you. That's why I went all into shows. That's why I went all into Comic Cons, because it's about the only thing that works for me. So Facebook about the Shire one, but unable to watch them. Like that you weren't able to watch the video. I know that it said that because it had the copyrighted music, which usually, this is like all water, dang. This is crazy. When are you gonna give me paint? This whole thing is just water. Do I need to like squish this thing up? Just dumping water out of this paint. The time was up. Yeah, I know that it was having troubles, because usually Facebook doesn't care when I post like Hobbiton music in the back of my art reveals. I posted the Shire one again this morning, and it didn't like that. There we go. Now I have some paint. This raw umber usually raw umber usually looks a lot different than this. This is like a sandy bright color. I'm gonna mix this with that blue, make this nice kind of sandy color. Walmart or Dollar General for Amazon warehouse. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's just playing the game. See, this is how gouache is supposed to react. This is how it was supposed to do. This is what I've been wanting for so long. Taking a shower be a dream come true. I did. I did like a bunch of sketches. I don't know if you saw me when I was showing these earlier. I'll show them real quick. This dries like immediately so I can start flipping through. But I'll just start at the beginning for anyone who missed any. So my first two gouache paintings, I was just following some references I found online, just like stock images. So this was the first one I did, which is not my first time painting for anyone that doesn't know who I am or what I do. I'm a professional painter. It's my first time tying gouache, which is very similar to acrylics and watercolors. I did this one, getting a nice like alpenglow kind of golden hour lighting on some mountains. And then this is when I started painting in New Zealand. This was just like 4 days ago. I was on the beach. I painted this on plein air. So I literally sat on the beach and painted this. And this was my first try with the gouaches on plein air. And so looking back, I actually really like this painting. I wasn't happy with it then, but I tried it again, did a more up close scene, did that one. And then I did another one. I took a picture there, and then I painted this one in the Airbnb, so I could still see the ocean, but I was like, I took the photo and then I painted this based off of my photo, and I was trying those like nice turquoise. And I think this is when I got my acrylic set. I went to the store and bought this like really cheap set of acrylics. And then this is from my Airbnb at the place we just left yesterday. This is the sunset from there. So I just did this one day before yesterday. And then yesterday we went to the Shire, went to Hobbiton. After we went to this little like blue, it was called the Blue River, the Blue Springs River or something like that. The water was very blue and it was beautiful. And so I took a photo there and painted this piece based on that photo. This was just like maybe a 20-minute painting. And then this is the one I did in Hobbiton yesterday. So I did the sketch on plein air. I just posted a video this morning and last night of me doing the drawing in Hobbiton. And then I did several other drawings, which I'm hoping to paint the color in at some point. This is one I did just late last night. I did this at like 10:30 last night. And then here's another drawing I did. This is the same place. This is Bag End, but like a vertical one. And then, because I wanted just a little bit more up close on the door, did that on plein air. All these drawings are painted like standing there in front of each building. And then this is the baker's house. So this is just down the road from Bag End, down Bagshot Road. And then this is from the party field. See, this is looking up at Bag End. You can see Bag End up here. And then this one is from inside of a hobbit hole. This is a little fireplace. And I would like to paint that one in as well. And then this is what I'm working on right now, based on what I'm looking at. So right now I'm using this nice like sandy gouache. Tone it down a little bit. Get this nice dark blue. The paints are already drying. That's crazy. I should just be able to like wet them down, and they should kind of wake back up, kind of like watercolors. So I want to get some of these like shadow areas of the mountains. So like this peak up here has this big shadow on it right now. And I'm trying to capture specific moments of this shadow color. I need more blue. I might want to actually get a lighter blue out. Actually, this looks really nice with the white. But this is so cool with gouache, is you can just paint over it. It's like painting with watercolors or acrylics, but it actually looks freaking amazing. That's getting a little thin, so we're gonna thin that down. And most of this mountain is all in this kind of dark, it is very dark. Just gonna mix more white in there. The problem I've had all week that I've been trying to paint is I haven't had white. Really feel the spirit of surroundings of paintings. Capture the Shire so beautifully. Thank you. Thank you. I've already had people asking if they can like buy the paintings, and I'm like, I think I want to keep the paintings. I want to keep the originals, but I was thinking about maybe doing like a set of prints. And I don't want to sell them as like full-size prints either, because they're tiny, quick paintings, and I like to keep my prints all at like a standard dollar amount, because it just makes the setting up of the prints and the store and the pricing and everything much easier. So I want to keep them at like this set dollar amount. But I was thinking about doing maybe like a set of these paintings. Paint over this a little bit, where like you guys could buy all of them as like little 5x7 prints. What do you guys think of that? Like a little tiny 5x7 stack of prints. I'm gonna end up just painting those clouds back over again. Like, would anyone be interested in that, of like getting like a little stack of all of the paintings, like a print set? Because I normally just sell my prints for $40 each, and that's kind of like just my standard rate that I sell my prints for. But these are such small, quick paintings that I want to have like, I don't want to blow them up big, because I don't think they would look as nice, because they're such small, quick paintings. But I was thinking if I like set up just a listing where you can just get all of them for like 40 or 50 bucks, and I just send the whole stack to you. I thought that could kind of be cool. I don't know how much would you guys pay for, those of you in the stream right now, since y'all are here. What would you guys think would be reasonable if I do like 10 of these prints, like 10 of my favorite pieces? And this is why we do the underpainting, because these little bits of purple kind of show through. I want them to kind of come off the edge. I don't want to paint all the way to the edge of the painting. Okay, so we've got that mountain kind of blocked in. That looks really nice. And I kind of want to do the blue sky as well. I'm also thinking, I was kind of hoping that the post of this painting would do a little better, which I'll probably just post it several times until the algorithms kind of pick up on it. Because I really love this one. Like, I did this on plein air in the Shire. Like, how cool is that? I did this like literally in Hobbiton. I painted this scene, so I thought that the post would do a bit better, but I don't know, the algorithm just didn't really pick up what was happening, and it didn't, I guess the post didn't do as well as I was hoping. And so I don't know. Let's see, turquoise blue or ultramarine blue. I think ultramarine with a little bit of pink in there, maybe. Just put you up here. ultramarine and white. I'm trying to pick the sky color. I'm just trying to lay in the groundwork for this piece. So let's grab some ultramarine blue and some white. This needs to be quite a bit of white. Man, this is so nice having white paint. I've been doing this whole trip with no white paint up to this point. I went and bought a cheap set of acrylics just so I could have some white paint. And it didn't really work too well because the acrylics and the gouache didn't really mix. Just joined after watching the previous streams, looking epic. Love seeing you doing this. It's midnight UK, can't wait to see more. Yeah, it is. I'm in the complete opposite time zone from you. It is 1 p.m. here. It's 12:57 p.m. where I am. That's awesome. Well, you have a good night, Megan. Appreciate you. Still very dark. Very, very, very dark. It looks so light when I'm mixing it on my palette, and I paint it up here. It looks so dark. Color theory. Yay, color theory. Let's thin this down. There we go. That's what I was looking for. This nice sky color. But because we set up that like purple underpainting, it just looks really nice. And thankfully the wind isn't really blowing, so I get to keep most of my colors. Can I tap on the screen? I can zoom in. Oh, what if I sat in such a way? I was thinking of like turning the angle so that the sunlight is hitting the painting. So maybe if I sit over here and then I paint right here with the sunlight on the painting, it might be a little easier for you guys to see. I'm gonna have to scoot over and look over my shoulder. I'm under an umbrella right now because it's kind of warm out here. Scoot that back. There we go. Now you guys can kind of see the painting a little bit better. But the shadow, I need it like, maybe if I grab the burnt sienna and orange or red or yellow, I don't know. I'm trying to grab all of them. And the green, why not? I want to try balancing this right here so that you guys can kind of see the painting a little bit better. Maybe I zoom out. So cool, love time differences, Rocky. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for sharing. My pleasure. Like Chick-fil-A, my pleasure. Been saying that to people on Etsy a lot. Anytime they like thank me for something, I'm just like, my pleasure. Channel my inner Christian chicken. I've never worked for Chick-fil-A, by the way. Oh, this gouache feels so nice to paint with. So nice. This is great. I love this. I love this gouache. Sounds like I'm saying squash. This gouache. 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 This is my first time painting with a good set of gouache. I got the cheap set of gouache before. What's up, Luke? How's it going? I was hoping you'd make it. Yeah, this is the gouache that I was using before. It's this Winsor & Newton, which I thought Winsor & Newton would be good because their oil paints are great and their acrylics are great, but their gouache set kind of sucks because I just got these. It's Shinhan Professional Designers Gouache. I just picked these up at a nice art supply store here in Queenstown. I'm in Queenstown. If you look up, if you get on like Google Maps, you type in Queenstown, you look at the airport. I'm just north of the airport, and behind me are the Remarkables. This is where Mordor was filmed. So that was pretty freaking cool. I'm literally chilling on a front porch at my Airbnb in Mordor, which is amazing. I am just having a blast. I just got a new set of paints. We just stopped at an art supply store here in Queenstown, and I'm doing some on plein air painting. I'm just looking over my shoulder and seeing what there is to see. And I'll show you once I do a little bit of this for the people that are watching. So I don't show them all one right after another. I'll kind of flip through my sketchbook for you here in a second since you just got here. I was hoping you'd see that Discord message. See, join the stream. The way the sun is right now, it's like just barely. I could either paint in the shade. I'm kind of thinking maybe the shade might be better for you guys to see the painting. It's like I could either paint in the shade or in the sun. Maybe just the top in the sun so it's a little more eye-catching for people swiping through. Yeah, I just got this set of gouache and I'm absolutely loving it. It is so satisfying to paint with. I've been painting with this crappy cheap set for the last week. I wanted to do gouache because it's a lot more like portable, versatile. Gonna just thin that down a little bit. In a meeting, so it's torturing to the end. Oh, I bet. Especially if you knew that I was live and you're just wanting to come and see what was up. This may be the only chance that I get to live stream while I'm here. Just kind of looking over my shoulder, seeing where these clouds are. Kind of highlighting specific areas. And there's also all these clouds down here. I'm gonna have to paint super dry on that. Picking up the green. Can you guys see where I'm painting now? Yeah, this spot right here is where I'm painting. I should put this back a little. Yeah, this is what gouache is supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to paint over the top. So for the rest of the trip, our agenda is a lot of chilling around Queenstown. That's where we're at right now. We're going on a plane charter tour this afternoon. We're supposed to be doing that right now. We're supposed to leave. We got up like 6 a.m. this morning so we could leave for this early morning like sunset plane charter tour around Milford Sound, which is this just gorgeous mountain range that I've watched Andrew Chitzler paint for a long time. He's an artist that I just absolutely love looking up to. He's amazing. This indigo blue is drying already. So yeah, we're gonna go see Milford Sound this afternoon. So we're gonna fly in the plane See Milford Sound. And then tomorrow we're going on a cruise around another mountain range called Doubtful Sound. Both Milford Sound and Doubtful Sound are like very famous mountain ranges. You see them like when you open up Windows, like those like default Windows wallpapers and lock screens that have like the mountain ranges on them. That's here. Okay. So we're gonna go see those. That cruise is gonna go from tomorrow around noon until the next day around noon. And then we're hoping to go over to this place called Lawrence, which is like 40 minutes from here. And that's where that guy, Andrew Titchler, that I was talking about, that's where his gallery is. And so I'm hoping that maybe Andrew will be in his gallery. I sent him an email saying like, hey, I just I've looked up to Andrew for like 10 years. I've been a huge fan. I'm visiting from the United States. And I was hoping to maybe get a chance to get to meet Andrew in person and just thank him for his years of inspiration. Let's see if this one's spitting out a lot of water too. This is my first time using these paints, so I need to open it a little bit more. Let some air in here. Shake up these paints a little bit. It is liquidy. Woo! It is going. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can go and get to meet Andrew Titchler. That would just be amazing. I would be so happy. So I've seriously looked up to that guy for years, and I just never imagined getting the chance to like shake the man's hand, because he's like my hero. He's a phenomenal artist. That is just making a mess everywhere. Yeah, he's just a phenomenal artist. Super cool guy. Here's this yellow. So yeah, that would be on Friday. So today's Wednesday, and tomorrow is Thursday, and going on our cruise tomorrow, then leaving on Friday, and then we're hopping on a plane on Saturday back from Queenstown to Auckland, which is back up on in the North Island. It's like a two-hour plane ride, and then we'll fly back to the States. Fly to LA, and then from LA up to Chicago again, which don't like flying to Chicago at all. And then from Chicago to Kansas City. And I think Shannon's dad is picking us up in Kansas City, and then he'll drive us home. It's gonna be crazy going back home after being here. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, a lot of the busy sightseeing was done in Hobbiton. Which Kansas City though? The good side. Depending on where you're from, you know, or where you've been, that'll be different. But obviously the good side. That looks nice. That sounds amazing. It has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm just so grateful to Shannon for planning this. She planned this in secret. She did this just as a surprise for me, which is just amazing. A little bright green. A little bit of bright green for these hedges up here. Walking by Blick. Nice. Yep, I just went to an art supply store here and got these gouache sets. Going to a good art supply store after just going to like Hobby Lobby for the longest time, it really does make a difference. It really makes a difference. Alright, getting that nice yellow. Let's get a bit more green in there. Yes, she is amazing. It's my birthday in like a week or two. She just wanted to do something special for my 30th birthday. And I've talked about going to New Zealand for so long. Like it's just been something that I brought up, you know, every now and then, just like, we should travel. We should go somewhere. Wouldn't that be kind of cool to like travel? And she's always just been like, oh, traveling's expensive. We could never afford that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But she does the bookkeeping. I just make the art and sell it. She makes the art too, but I paint a lot more often than she does. When she paints, she absolutely nails it. She just doesn't paint quite as often as I do. But she does all the bookkeeping for the business. I don't even look at the money. Usually I just let her handle that, and she's like, you don't even know what you're looking at, so I'll just take care of this. I'll deal with the CPA, I'll deal with the taxes, and I'm like, hey, it's cool with me. Like, I generally know how much money we have, but for the most part, I just leave it up to her. So she must have decided we were doing well enough to afford a vacation. It was definitely very surprising for me. Okay, now as the paint is running out, I'm gonna tap this darker green. Just tap into darker green up into that bright yellow. It's gonna get that nice gradient. It's gonna make it look like that hedge. Just mixing with the light yellow and the dark green. You can hear roosters crowing in the background. There's a sheep pasture just right over next to me. It's just surreal. The art you've done for this vacation will probably help pay for it in the long run, possibly. And all the reference pictures we took, like in Hobbiton, like Shannon was just sitting there, like she just took pictures of the Shire the whole time. That was one of the reasons why she was able to justify like spending the money on this vacation. It's because she was like, yeah, I mean, I was just taking pictures the whole time. Now we get to take those home and use those as references for our paintings. So it's a business expense. It absolutely is. Trying to make this nice sandy color up here. This is going to be much brighter. Let's mix a little bit of that indigo back in there. It's amazing to see. I feel great. Yeah, I feel absolutely amazing. Let's see. To lighten up some of these areas. And honestly, like I felt great for like the last like year. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I've like been unhappy or anything. I'm just so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. Problem is I need this yellow to kind of stay consistent across the whole mountain where all the little ridges and everything are. So I need to just paint a bit more blocky and brush stroke. I need to stop being so timid with the brush. This is just too warm, I think. I need to cool it down. A bit of blue and white to make it much more. Still looks too warm. You would be? Yeah. I mean, hey, if you ever get the chance or have the ability to like put money aside to make this trip happen, I would seriously recommend anyone to do this trip, or even something similar. Just traveling in general, it's so worth it. Like, I travel a lot. I go to a lot of places and I see a lot of places and I visit a lot of different areas, but this is just, there's just something special about this. Yeah, I just recommend anyone just do it. Just no excuses, no saying, oh, I'll do that when, you know, when the kids graduate, or when we get this much money in the bank, or when we have this job. Like, if you can just start saving up, start making plans. Like, if like kids is your excuse, be like, okay, well, how can we bring the kids, or can grandma and grandpa watch the kids, you know, something like that. Like, it's worth it. It's worth it to like just get out there and see the world, do the things, just kind of live life, you know. No excuses, just do it. No excuses. There's always going to be 1,000 excuses that you can make. Always going to be plenty of excuses. Oh, the sun's hitting the rocks up there in just a certain way that there's some like melting, I don't know if it's like melting snow. You can kind of see it like right there. Just these like really bright reflections kind of coming down. I have to kind of go around these trees here. Thin it down. My problem here is that I'm painting with so many layers right now. Oh, there's this beautiful strip of highlight going in between these shadows right now. I want to capture that. This big blue shadow casting across the mountain here. Capture that a little bit. And then these clouds still going over the top. It's beautiful. There's a bug crawling on me. You do it, but your pet snail is a handful. Yep. I was obsessed with Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. It would be such a fun trip to take one day. Do it. What are you waiting for? And if the answer is like finances and travel planning is hard, it is, and it's expensive. It's worth saving up for, though. It is so worth it. So very worth it. This big cast shadow going across here. The highlight coming here. I need more blue to make that shadow. My paint's starting to dry out. You know, for my first time with an actual set of gouache, feeling pretty good about it. Need more blue though. Just blue, indigo, and then just a touch of that raw umber color. Mostly blue. I just need to have some balls. Blue. Make it actually blue. Come on, Aaron. What are you doing? Still doesn't look blue. Be blue, but not so dark. What's been the highlight so far? Best food? Gosh, there's been so many amazing moments. I want to say the ocean adventure was a lot of fun. I took a boat tour out into the ocean and went snorkeling. So we rode a boat probably like 2 or 3 miles out into the ocean to this cluster of islands, and we ate raw kiri, which is sea urchin. Like the instructor literally like dove down into the reef, grabbed some sea urchin from the ocean floor, cracked it open with a bush knife, and said, "Here, you want some sea urchin? This sells for like $150 a kilo." And I'm like, I don't know how much that is, but this is like crazy expensive sea urchin. And he was like, "Yeah, just try some." I took one bite. I was not a fan. Shannon ate 2, which I was surprised by. That was the craziest food I ate. And then I'm really liking the meat pies. Everybody raves about the meat pies, but the meat pies were pretty good. I did enjoy the meat pies. I was obsessed with everything Lord of the Rings Hobbit. I can understand. Yeah, same. Nice cluster of trees. They're going to be very big trees. You can see the trees kind of like snaking their way up in the shadows. Yeah, like this is literally Mordor. Like this is the mountain range where they filmed Mordor. It's just so cool. Yeah, eating the raw sea urchin was interesting. Shannon said she liked it. I was surprised by that because I was like, sea urchin is known for being like the bravest of sushi. In terms of like skill level in sushi. I'll hold the painting up close so you guys can see it. Oh, and then I wanted to show you, Luke. There's kind of what I've got going right now. Probably a bit easier to see. Yeah, here's my sketchbook so far. So this was my first try just going off of a stock photo. This was when I first got my like cheap gouache set. Didn't really know what I was doing, but at least I got it looking pretty cool. This was my second try with the gouache. I was trying to get that like golden hour sunlight, and then those were the only two practice pieces that I did. And then this is from New Zealand on. So this was the first day chilling at the beach. This was sitting on plein air out in the open, painting, looking at what I saw.